My name is Anita O'Brien, and I'm going to be your instructor this term for the course Drawing Techniques. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of my work and talk to you a little bit about the course. So these are some interior renderings that I've done. Quite a lot of them, and quite a lot of what you'll be doing when you're working and rendering as well, are quick concept sketches. And for that we need a quick hand with drawing. So that will be our intention as we move along. So we're going to be drawing some floor plans and elevations and perspectives, of course. This idea of sketching everywhere you go is crucial for you. You need to be able to judge proportion and scale. That's very important to your work. So sketching is the best way to train your eye and to train your hand. So if I go off into Allen Gardens, graphics are very important as well. So if you doodle lettering and doodle that sort of thing, keep doing that. It's very important, and especially for these concept ideas. But take a sketchbook around with you and sketch, because you need to be able to judge the height of the door in relation to the height of the window and so on. When you enter a room, it's very important for you to right away be able to determine, am I comfortable here? What's making me uncomfortable? What isn't pleasant and what is pleasing? So quite often it has to do with scale. Something's just too large for the room, or something else. So in drawing, you're training your eye to be perceptive to those things, the relationship of one size of one thing to another. So all of these concept sketches will be what you'll be asked to do when you're working, and a quick sketch of anything, just anything around you, is going to help so much. Now these are more refined drawings, trying to figure out again what the best concept was, what are the best materials for this space, and how would the overall feeling be, what would the overall atmosphere be. So this is an overall warm composition, and our eye follows the cool colors. So as you can see, it's very, very important to not only be able to draw perspective, but also these graphic ideas are very important as well. So this is a less refined drawing, but again the same issues of being able to sketch quickly and fill in your values, your colors, and a little bit more. But all of this is based on an understanding of black and white rendering in order to be able to build up enough contrast. So this one has a lot of contrast. Okay, but I started out in advertising. I did 4 years of drawing and painting at OCAD and 2 years of graphic design and advertising. And I started out my career as an art director in ad agencies, doing 4 or 5 layouts like this a day. So when it came to teaching, I had all this experience with these markers, and so I was invited to teach in other programs. But I did start out teaching in the advertising design program. But you can see all of these design ideas, they overlap between one program and the other. So this idea of doing things quickly, quick concept sketches and more refined drawings. And then I also have taught in the visual merchandising program, a direct relationship, again, from the advertising work that I did for so long. Everyone using markers to build up their ideas and refine. These are quite loose, but then we also require fine detail as well. Okay, and then fashion. I taught in the fashion design program as well. So we took an interior, this is an assignment, we took an interior and took inspiration from it and designed a costume based on what we could find in a chosen picture. Granted, this is a little over dramatic, and so it turned out to be something I could use easily to show the students how to build on this inspiration piece into a garment. So all of this is your business. Whatever's going on in fashion, that's your business. Whatever's going on in advertising, that's your business. Because all of these disciplines, all of these arts overlap. What's happening in fine art is your business. So color and so on, inspiration comes from all of these places. But rest assured, we're going to start out very simply. I'm going to start out with, based on the geometric shapes and geometry, we're going to build up from those very, very simple forms. We'll start out very, very, very simply and build on it, build a new box, more boxes, and more boxes, and begin to make pieces of furniture. That's where we'll begin. And you'll see adding detail happens only after you've built these very simple boxes. And then a little bit, something even a little bit more detailed, a little more obscure, those shapes, and even more. So, but it begins quite simply, simple, simple, simple boxes, and then we refine and make and do this on an overlay, so we keep our drawing clean, and yet even more detail. And this is something that I hope everyone will do, is keep researching. Lights are fascinating. All of the things that you can find now. And so you have a bank of these ideas in your mind, in your memory, in your imagination. And when you're called to make a drawing, these will pop up. They'll be in there. And you have to do it constantly, because as you use up these ideas, you need more. You need to keep filling yourself up. So whether you do it from magazines or walk around and look around you and find inspiration there, it really doesn't matter. Just keep filling yourself up with ideas. And this, of course, again, is very simple. We'll start off this simple. So I don't want anyone to panic or to worry. It's very, very simple, straightforward perspective. We're going to look for this beginning shape and find the smaller version of it just slightly further away using our vanishing points. And then we'll start doing it in 2-point perspective, so that the part that's closest to us is a corner, and the more distant view is going to be that much smaller, because that's how we all see the world. Our goal is to be able to represent the world the way we all see it, so that your ideas can be communicated very quickly. And it's a universal language, drawing, so it's exceptional in that way. And as I was saying, it's important to fill yourself up. And this is an example of that, taking my sketchbook out and going along Queen Street. I live in downtown Toronto, so I walked along Queen Street and just looked in all of the windows and extracted with one question in mind: what's going on with coffee tables? And I found lots to look at and to sketch, and all very, very different looking. Also, this is important. In your interiors, you need to make them look lived in. So this is called entourage. These little items that sit on top of the furniture, or to decorate a room, or to enhance a room, or give us a little more of a clue as to what the room is being used for, or could be used for possibly. So that's important. So, and then back home I can refine these and draw these up quickly and add a little bit of gray to give them a little punch. And same thing here, it's showing that it's made out of plastic. And this, I found, this was just a bonus. I looked into a lounge window and saw this unusual seating, and I had to sketch it. It was so crazy. It was bright pink, believe it or not, and it had a cushion slumped in the corner of it, so it looked very, very exciting piece of furniture, and was not a coffee table, but just had to be drawn. So again, we're just starting out simply and then refining and adding detail. Shading, we start with our cross-hatching. Cross-hatching is very important. So right away, start examining shadows. Start looking out for them and see that they echo the shapes that are casting them. And floor plans are really helpful in that way. We'll be using those. And then based on the geometric shapes, we'll be shading them with our gray markers. We'll start to look at how to render a room with gray, because if it works in gray, it's going to work in color. So from this beginning, you'll be able to render more effectively in color if you can make it contrasty in black and white and gray. So again, some more concept sketches and just quick sketches, and then If it works in gray, it will work in color.